विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रोडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ।
त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल सुरक्षा घरको
साथ जीवन घरको।
Loud and clear right the way around the world on ICC.tv, or if you're in the Indian subcontinent, you'll be watching along on the Dream 11 app,
ICC.tv,
in Nepal on Action Sports HD, or in North America on World Sports. So you're joining
ICC.tv.
America have won the toss. They've decided to back first. Thank you for confirming all the way around the world. Fans texting in from the court. Andrew Leonard here in the commentary box. And that's a glorious shot to see the player out. First boundary today. A nice straight drive. Of a league that has been whetting the appetite over the course of the last 16 to 18 months. People have been dying for it to get back going. 579 days of a break. Oman, top of the table. And USA are going to be looking to bounce back from a somewhat disastrous tour of Kathmandu. 4 matches, 4 defeats, including a record-setting 35 all out. Their nemesis is in the Nepal team again today. 6 for 16 he took that day against USA. And just 3 days ago, he bettered that against Papua New Guinea. His career best, 6 for 11. The American captain, Sarab Netravalkar, had no hesitation in deciding to bat first. And you can understand why. 38 to degrees I have on the thermometer here in front of me. More than a little warm, and for the fans watching on Willow TV back in America, that's approaching 100 Fahrenheit. In fact, it's over 100 Fahrenheit, so certainly hot conditions and not too much shade. We're out in the open here. The construction continues all around us for the T20 World Cup that will be brought to Oman. The group stages of that, Group B being held here between Oman, Papua New Guinea, as well as Scotland. Edged and taken. That's a great catch at second slip. It's going to be the first wicket. Kushal Bertel clings on. Taylor really threw the kitchen sink at that one. And the outside edge was found. It's Bikram Saab who finds the breakthrough. He took a wicket with his very first ball in one-day international cricket. From Gyanendra, keeping a second slip in place. It went quickly, and that's going to be the first wicket. Player of the match in the first ODI of the week last week for USA. He smashed 82 off 54 deliveries. He's gone. Stephen Taylor falls for 14 from 17 deliveries. USA 17 for 1. So we'll take a quick look at the batting card and help you run through that United States team. Debut today for Sanjay Krishnamurthy. What a moment for him, the youngster, just 18 years of age. He was sitting in his house and he got a WhatsApp through to him asking him was he available to get out to Oman, and he was indeed. 8 hours later he was on a flight, first time to the Middle East, and straight into the team. We'll see him with his left arm spin. He'll probably bat, I suspect, in and around number 6, maybe number 7. And in at number 3 for USA, Mayank Patel, the keeper batsman, looking to rebuild. Nicely bowled by Saab, tends to bring his balls away from the right-handers into the left-handers. That delivery there, just holding its line. So we get to the end of the 4th over. USA moved to 17 for 1. You're very welcome, and thank you for joining us. Our apologies for the slight delay in bringing you the audio.
डिसोमको रिचार्जमा इन्टरनेट सित्तैमा यो योजना डिसोम फाइबर नेट सेवा पुगेको स्थानमा उपलब्ध छ.
Dish Home Fiber Net.
He's into the side with the injury to Aaron Jones, so the 3 players missing out from the 14-man squad for USA. That's Gajanan Singh, Kyle Phillip, and Dominic Ricci. Both Kyle Phillip and Dominic Ricci yet to debut in international cricket for USA. For Nepal, they've stuck with an unchanged 11. So the 3 players from their 14-man squad missing out: Mohammad Arif Sheikh, the keeper batsman and brother of Asif Sheikh, Gulshan Jha, and the experienced Sharid Vasakar. Back live with you now. And I will introduce you to my colleague, and my colleague joining me hopefully for most of this week, that's Suhas Vedam from India. Suhas, just off a plane, looking forward to 6 one-day internationals here this week.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Absolutely looking forward to it. Right, and it is 17 to 1 USA.
Been an impressive start from both Kami and Bikram Saab. Very different bowlers, aren't they, Suhas? The skiddy, slingy action and nature of Sampal Kami arriving on the batsman a little quicker than you'd like, and Bikram Saab, an old-fashioned kind of English county line and length bowler, away swing.
Yes, and as far as Sampal Kami is concerned, we've already seen that he's starting to trouble the batsman with that extra bounce. A little skiddy customer, as you mentioned, and that extra bounce is being negotiated with some resistance by the batsman.
We're just getting that second microphone fixed up, so you will be able to hear the thoughts of Suhas Vedham. That second mic up in our commentary position here, just not getting going yet. So you'll stick with me for the moment, Andrew Leonard. Do send me in your thoughts and your questions as always. You can get me at Cricket Badge on Twitter or Instagram. I'll try and read some of those out throughout the afternoon as well. I know that millions of fans tuning in from all the way around the world on ICC.tv, or if you're in the Indian subcontinent, that's India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. Nice pull shot, more of a hook shot in fact from Madani. Will get it away for a single, just been rushed by the pace of Kami. If you're also in Bhutan or the Maldives, you'll be watching on Fan Code on the Dream 11 app. In North America, Willow.tv, or back in Nepal, where the huge, passionate fan base comes from. For the Nepali Rhinos, they will be watching on Action Sports HD. Delighted to be able to bring you these pictures. 3 cameras we have here this week, so we'll try to describe the action to you as best we can. And 6 critical one-day internationals. Those 6 ODIs that will be played this week, making up part of the pathway to the road to India 2023. All 7 sides trying to get their place at the Cricket World Cup qualifier, which will now be pushed back into 2023 with the COVID pandemic. But amazing work really by not just all the participating nations, all 7 participating countries, boards and the ICC to be able to continue with this tournament through difficult times across the world, difficult times to travel in as well, of course. Nice drive through the offside, and Patel will get off the mark. Good quick call, gets through to the non-strikers end quickly. Yeah, the 7 competing teams: Oman, the United States, Scotland, Namibia, United Arab Emirates, Nepal and Papua New Guinea. All going to
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ।
त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल सुरक्षा घरको
साथ जीवन घरको।
The top 3 of those sides, top 3 teams in the table, will advance automatically into the 2023 ICC Cricket World Cup qualifier. That will be a 10-team event, playing out for the final spots in India 2023. And the 3 sides probably in the ascendancy, in the best position at the moment. Oman, top of the table, played 10, won 8, only lost 2 matches. The United States got off to a flying start. They won 6 of their first 8 games, but then disastrous tour of Kathmandu in February, just before the pandemic.
टिकटले पूरा सिजनभर 300 भन्दा धेरै लाइभ गेमहरूका साथै हाइलाइट्स, रिटेलिकास्ट, रिभ्युज र स्पेनिस जीवनशैलीको मजा लिन सक्नुहुनेछ। मात्र डिस होमको एक्सन स्पोर्ट्स HD2 च्यानलमा आयो ला लिगा। एन्जोय उत्कृष्ट भिडन्तको महाकुम्भ।
Celebrating Kumari Bank Limited's 20 years of adding values.
साउन्ड चाहिँ उताबाट आएको छ त्यहाँबाट आएको छैन है
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ।
त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल सुरक्षा घरको।
नेपालले खेल्ने त्रिकोणात्मक सिरिजको म्याच टिभीमा लाइभ
Excellent stop. He's curtailed the score by 3 at least. Excellent stop. He's curtailed the score by 3 at least. Good cricket all round. Crisply struck as well. Good cricket all round. We've got a gentle breeze going as well. Would love to see if got a gentle breeze going as well. Straight to the fielder. After losing an early wicket, he utilizes it. That's straight to the fielder. Taylor, USA have decided to play it. After losing an early wicket, decided to take their time here. Taylor, USA have decided to play it. Decided to take their time here. Monan drives and drives well. Kissing the carpet of grass, that'll reach the fence. Monank drives and drives well. Kissing the carpet of grass, that'll reach the fence. Monank moves on to 11 from 13 and is looking good. Alright, is this the start of many more to come from Monank? Moves on to 11 from 13 and is looking good. What's Karan Casey's reply going to be? What's Karan Casey's reply going to be? That'll do. That's too much to ask from the third man fielder who was wide. That'll do. That's too much to ask. The first shot was with the third man fielder who was wide. The second one that followed was with deftness. The result the same. The first shot was with authority. The second one that followed was with deftness. The result the same. Will finish with the dot ball. 9 gone. 47 will finish with the dot ball.
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेट फ्री प्रोडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ।
त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्रबन्धनको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल।
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेट फ्री प्रोडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ।
त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्रबन्धनको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल। सुरक्षा घरको साथ जीवन घरको।
Good up. Good up. In Muscat. Sincere apologies for in Muscat. What have been some audio problems to sincere apologies for the return of the Cricket World Cup League 2. What have been some audio problems to start this? Our technical team here have been working hard. Cricket World Cup League 2. Hopefully you can hear us all loud and clear now. Our technical team here have been working hard days to get those issues patched up. Hopefully, you'll be able to hear us now. Finally, have 79 days after the last match between these two sides. Critical 7-team league. Finally, have the return of this critical 7-team league that is playing out for Sandeep Lamachani has just come into the attack in as you rejoin us, and hopefully you are able to hear us for the first time. Sandeep Lamachani has just come into the attack, and what as you rejoin us, and hopefully you are able to hear us for the first time. 6 for 11, a career best, just a matter of days ago. And what form he's been in. Well, this very ground is slightly different. 6 for 11, a career best there, just a matter of days ago on this very pitch. And well, this very ground is slightly different. Wicket, a couple across to the right there. Best American players of spin. And Sushant Madani and Mayank Patel, particularly known as one of the best American players of spin, will have to face up to the challenge. Thirty-five. Just before that. 6 for 6.
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र युज हुन्छ।
त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल सुरक्षा घरको
साथ जीवन घरको।
डिसोमको रिचार्जमा इन्टरनेट सित्तैमा। यो योजना डिसोम फाइबरनेट सेवा पुगेको स्थानमा उपलब्ध छ।
डिश होम फाइबरनेट।
कुमारी परिवार सुरक्षा बचत खाताले खोलेको छ सबैको सुरक्षाको साँचो। कुमारी बैंकमा खाता 26 लाखसम्मको फाइदा।
थप जानकारीको लागि नजिकैको कुमारी बैंकको शाखामा सम्पर्क गर्नुहोला।
सुरु गरौँ परिवारको सुरक्षाको संस्कार।
Nicely worked into the leg side by Madank Patel for a single. And that is going to move USA to just one run shy of 50. We are facing some audio difficulties here this afternoon to start the series. Our sincere apologies for them. Apologies for all of the ICC.TV production crew. Hopefully we have now reverted to the mic from the toss. And hopefully you're going to be able to hear me. Nisarg Patel it is in at number 4 for USA. Up the order, perhaps to counteract the threat of spin. And that threat of spin is a dual-pronged one because it comes from both Sushan Bari, who has just been brought into the attack straight off the back of the power play, the left-arm spinner, as well as Sandeep Lamachani, who cannot stop taking wickets at the moment. Hands on heads, was that an under edge? Was that a chance? Yeah, you got to remember, USA, the last time these two sides met 18 months ago in Kathmandu, the TU International Cricket Ground. Bowled all out for 35 that day. Record equaling low total. They joined Zimbabwe at the bottom of the list. And the two bowlers who did not just some of the damage, but indeed all of the damage are the two bowlers.
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रोडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ।
त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल सुरक्षा घरको
साथ जीवन भरको।
Lamachani struck off the very final ball of that power play with what looked like a sharp spinning googly. And we're going to see him bowl an awful lot of those. I haven't been able to pull together the Lamachani googly counter like I did last week because we don't have any screen in front of us right now. So we are commentating a little bit from side on. So do bear with us. Andrew Leonard here in the box. I'll be introducing you to my colleague as soon as we can get a mic up for him. Shouldn't be long, let's hope. All happening. Leg break, I think it was, outside the off stump. Beats Patel through to the keeper. Good glove work from Binod Bandari. Whips the bails off in a flash, but Patel's foot never left the crease. We are square of the wicket here, and you could tell that. So yeah, if you're just joining us or if you've been waiting for the audio to kick in, we do thank you for bearing with us. Well, that's a lovely drive. That's going to be 4. Overpitched, I think it was the googly. Lamachani on the hunt for wickets, and Patel seized on the full length and drove it really pleasingly through the offside all the way along the ground. It's a boundary for Patel, who moves into the 20s. Cannons into the pad, a very optimistic appeal, that one. Yeah, it's interesting watching it from side on. You get a good sense as to just how quick Lamachani bowls. I was in the nets with him a couple of nights ago, in fact, and just amazing to see the young man, how he goes about his work. So enthusiastic and such a talent. Lamachani. Too short this time. Could argue is the propensity to bowl a few too many googlies. Looks to me as though he's been averaging probably 3 or 4 and over. Maybe at points even more than that to the left-handers. That one down the leg side will be signalled wide. And a beautifully flighted leg break beats Patel, and I think that's the thing, when you bowl so many googlies, the leg break's almost the surprise delivery, isn't it? But he is right in the game already wicket from the final ball of his first over. He's looking a threat every single ball at the moment. So that's going to close out Lamachani's second over. He's got 1 for 6. USA moved to 58 for 2.
कुमारी परिवार सुरक्षा बचत खाताले खोलेको छ सबैको सुरक्षाको साँचो। कुमारी बैंकमा खाता 26 लाख सम्मको फाइदा।
थप जानकारीको लागि नजिकैको कुमारी बैंकको शाखामा सम्पर्क गर्नुहोला।
सुरु गरौँ परिवारको सुरक्षाको संस्कार।
Celebrating Kumari Bank Limited's 20 years of adding values.
Adelaide to Austin, and everywhere in between. Maybe should have said Auckland to Austin. Every corner of the world. 6 sixes he struck. Papua New Guinea, he really had a disappointing week. 4 one-day internationals to get all 3 of those sides back into international action. Been an awfully long time, particularly for PNG, since they'd played any international cricket the guts of 2 years. USA it had been 18 months. And for Nepal, with the exception of the tri-series between themselves, Netherlands and Malaysia, which was held in Kathmandu in April, very little for them as well, since Cricket World Cup League 2 back in February 2020. But the associate game is back, and back in a big way. Back-to-back series here. As Nisarg Patel gets that into the offside. Interesting to see Patel used up at number 4, and I think the reason for that is because of that injury to Aaron Jones, ruled out with a stress fracture of his left hand. He's going to stay with the squad to bowl some leg spin in the nets, but a really nasty injury for him. Unable to make any movement, lateral movement with the clenched batting hand, so ruled out by X-ray on Saturday, and also a double blow because Jesse Singh, he's had a side strain, quite a nasty injury for him too. As Patel comes down the track, could be overthrows here, there will be. Sushant Bharti was quick to the ball, picked it up and threw sharply back to Binod Bandari, but Bandari couldn't make ground across to his right, so the end result will be a single to Patel. Double injury blow means that 2 changes to this American side announced last night by USA Cricket. Nisarg Patel wants a single, but Madank Patel has no interest. He'll have the strike.
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रोडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ।
त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल सुरक्षा घरको
साथ जीवन घरको।
Anything, it looks a bit more like keeper and bowling order because we've seen Karen Casey and Sampal Kami and Bikram Saab, the seamers. But for the moment, it's a trial by spin. And spin in the shape of the superstar, Sandeep Lamachani. It's a lovely drive down the ground. Good positive footwork by Madank Patel. As I was saying just before we got the audio working up for you, probably known as maybe the strongest player of spin. Watchful in defence this time. Nicely forward by Nisarg Patel. You have no doubt that USA will be looking for a way to counter Lamachani. They can get through his 10 overs. I feel like they're in the game. Another googly, sharp spinning googly, back into the right-hander, well worked into the leg side by Nisarg Patel. Nisarg Patel had some success with the bat on that tour of Nepal back in February 2020. Another googly, well picked by a real beauty. Turn and bounce. Very difficult to play Lamachani off the back foot. That's good batting. Gets forward and works it into the gap between point and cover. Gets a cheer and a bit of a whistle from his teammates on the...
Celebrating Kumari Bank Limited's 20 years of adding values.
कुमारी परिवार सुरक्षा बचत खाताले खोलेको छ सबैको सुरक्षाको साँचो। कुमारी बैंकमा खाता 26 लाख सम्मको फाइदा।
थप जानकारीको लागि नजिकैको कुमारी बैंकको शाखामा सम्पर्क गर्नुहोला।
सुरु गरौं परिवारको सुरक्षाको संस्कार।
Immediate call of 1-1-1 from Patel. Two Patels batting in tandem here. Back-to-back singles through the same region, but very different shots. This time off the back foot from Nisarg Patel. Avoids the dive of young Kushal Bertel there at extra cover. Hasn't had quite the same impact to start his ODI career that he did with his T20I career, the player of the series back in April against the Netherlands and Malaysia. Down the track and a lovely shot through the offside. Avoids the dive of Kushal Bertel. I don't think that was a chance. Acrobatic stuff from him, trying to get a hand on it. And really good use of the feet from Madank Patel. Gets to the pitch of the ball of Sushan Bari and gets it through the offside. Opens the blade nicely. Kushal Bertel, but not able to get anything on it. Runs away for 4. Flatter through the air, an appeal from Bandari, nothing from Sushan Bari. And USA, I think, will be probably cautiously pleased with this start. Ticking along at a nice run rate, up towards 5 and over. Patel in particular has looked very fluent with his footwork. Madank Patel, that is. Two Patels, of course, batting together. He's moved into the 30s. Maybe one of the surprises this week for Nepal, a side so often stacked with a real army of left-arm spinners, just
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रोडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ।
त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल सुरक्षा घरको
साथ जीवनभरको।
Lamachani's going to continue. I wonder how long into his spell will they proceed. He'll be looking for wickets, as he always does. Yeah, all three sides will play 4 one-day internationals this week. Nepal starting out with a double-header for them. Each of the three sides will play one double-header, i.e. back-to-back days, and all 6 of the matches underneath floodlights. And just stay with us, wait till you see the beautiful scenes as those floodlights come on. Sunset around 6:15 or so local time. They'll probably flicker on towards the very end of this first innings, but really take effect for the whole second innings, which is when they'll be working. 2 full again from Lamachani, driven into the offside. For USA, of course, the big hitting Jaskaran Malhotra made those headlines all the way around the world. He'll probably come in at number 5. 173 not out he made. Down the leg side, and I think this is what you see from Lamachani. If he gets into a side immediately, starts taking wickets straight away, he's up and he's a buzz, and he just flows with confidence. But if you can keep him out, he will just go on the hunt for wickets. That's a nice line. That line you can bowl your leg break or your googly too. Leg break will just come away from the right-hander. Bring that first slip into play. That's Asif Sheikh there. And if you got the googly, then you'll challenge your LBWs, your bowls. That is the googly. Thuds into the pad. Probably doing far too much, you'd have to think. Lamachani thinks it was out. Interesting, not a lot from Binod Bandari or Asif Sheikh. Nisarg Patel, remember, long way forward there. Really strike directly in the line of probably off stump and off stump only with the sharp turning googly to be given a chance to go on and hit middle and leg stump. And I think that's a pretty fair decision. Long way down the track there. Such an effective googly, isn't it? A vicious weapon that Lamachani has in the armoury. And watchful on the back foot. So Lamachani's got 1 for 12 after 4. Asif Sheikh's got his hands on his head. 16 overs gone.
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रोडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ।
त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल सुरक्षा घरको
साथ जीवन भरको। So Kushal Malla will replace Sushambari, the other left-arm spinner in the side. No Raj Banshi, of course, in the touring party. The young all-rounder who made a huge impact back in Kathmandu. One of the youngest ever to make a ODI 50. In fact, the youngest full stop, 15 years of age and 340 days as he struck that 50 against the United States of America. It was a brilliant counter-attacking innings. He scored 50 off 51 balls. As Nepal just got past the USA by 35 runs in that first of the 2 games between the sides there in Kathmandu. Really slow through the air, teasing just tempting Nisarg Patel into an errant shot. Long off and long on, both in place, and a very straight deep cover. So anything short, there'll be some risk there, because could it be easy to cut away for four. Fourth fielder allowed outside the circle in this, the second power play. He's out at deep mid-wicket. So quite defensive field for Kushal Malla. That is the kind of front foot square cut, isn't it, from Nisarg Patel, who gets that away for the single out to that man. He isn't a deep cover. He's definitely a sort of deep extra cover. Really, really straight. So he's there for the drive as much as the cut. Anything dragged down will be punished, you'd suspect. Little shorter this time, but Manang Patel on the front foot, unable to get it away. Going to get to the end of the 17th.
Celebrating Kumari Bank Limited's 20 years of adding values.
डिस होमको रिचार्जमा इन्टरनेट सित्तैमा। यो योजना डिस होम फाइबर नेट सेवा पुगेको स्थानमा उपलब्ध छ।
डिस होम फाइबर नेट।
कुमारी परिवार सुरक्षा बचत खाताले खोलेको छ सबैको सुरक्षाको साँचो। कुमारी बैंकमा खाता 26 लाख सम्मको फाइदा।
थप जानकारीको लागि नजिकैको कुमारी बैंकको शाखामा सम्पर्क गर्नुहोला।
सुरु गरौँ परिवारको सुरक्षाको संस्कार।
घर आइपुग्यो।
जिन्दगीको बाटोमा सजिलो अप्ठ्यारोमा तिम्रो साथ रहिरहुला।
डिश होम, खुशीको कनेक्सन।
आज एउटा नयाँ मुभी देखाउँछु, छिटो तयार हो। छिटो आऊ न, सुरु हुन लागिसक्यो।
हस्, म आउँदैछु।
ल हेर, डिस होममै फर्स्ट डे फर्स्ट शो।
डिस होममै फर्स्ट डे फर्स्ट शो।
हेर्नुहोस्, डिश होम सिनेमा घरमा हलिउड, बलिउड तथा नेपाली नयाँ मुभीहरू फर्स्ट डे फर्स्ट शो वर्ल्ड वाइड रिलिजका साथ आफ्नै घरमा सपरिवारका साथ। डिश होम, खुशीको कनेक्सन। Strong connection build strong relation. Uninterrupted connection. Uninterrupted learning. Non-stop communication. Non-stop uploading. Non-stop downloading. Faster streaming. Faster gaming. Do whatever you think, because this is Dish Home's FiberNet.
So welcome back. That is the state of play, and just as I was speculating before the break, wondered whether or not we would see Sandeep Lamachani continue. He's going to be taken off, so just using a 4-over burst. Going to go back to the seam of Karen KC. And I think the USA will just take that as a little moral victory, even though Lamachani did pick up a wicket from the final delivery of his first over. Going to be runs to start with for Nisarg Patel just come off an outside edge. Really good work down at third man. Will cut off the possibility of a boundary. It's Asif Sheikh down at third man. So yeah, perhaps USA just in the ascendancy at the moment. Certainly be pleased to have only lost 2 wickets before the first drinks. Both the Patels, Nisarg and Monank, looking very fluent and assured at the crease. Nisarg's moved into double figures now, and Karen KC been expensive so far. Those first 2 overs of his going for 18 brought back in to the attack. Change of ends as well for Karen KC, coming in now from the Al Emirates end. Misfield. Kushal Bertel went with the one hand, was trying to run across and pressurise the run out, but has taken his eye off the ball, and they'll get through for a single. It was interesting to see as well, USA training yesterday here at the facilities. Nepal choosing to just have more of a pool session, probably a stretch session back at the hotel, having trained a couple of days before that. Remember, Nepal back-to-back ODIs in some serious heat here. All 3 of the sides will do that once this week. Nicely bowled by KC, beats Patel through to the keeper, Bandari. Yeah, so Nepal will have to endure that fate first. They'll play today and tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday. Play back-to-back games on Thursday and Friday. Just a pick-up pull shot. That's a lovely stroke. No more than a flick of the wrist. Won't have the power to run across to the boundary. We do have a slightly bigger leg side boundary today than when we saw the 2 ODIs here on Thursday, Friday last week. We've come about 2 pitches across to the 3rd pitch in on the square here. Really magnificent facilities here in the Sultanate of Oman as they continue their rise up the rankings. What a story they've been. Some dubbing them the next Afghanistan in many ways. And another misfield. Poor piece of work from Rohit Paudel, who made his career best just a few days ago.
कुमारी परिवार सुरक्षा बचत खाताले खोलेको छ सबैको सुरक्षाको साँचो। कुमारी बैंकमा खाता 26 लाख सम्मको फाइदा।
थप जानकारीको लागि नजिकैको कुमारी बैंकको शाखामा सम्पर्क गर्नुहोला।
सुरु गरौँ परिवारको सुरक्षाको संस्कार।
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रोडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ। त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल सुरक्षा घरको साथ जीवन घरको।
Get to the end of the 18th over. USA looking comfortable at the moment. It's 82 for 2.
पहिला हामी के हेर्थ्यौँ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ कहाँ खाना मिठो पाउँछ हैन म चाहिँ पहिला अब ठीक छ तपाईहरु सजिनु हुन्छ तपाईहरु राम्रो लुगा लाउनु हुन्छ तपाईहरु एकदम राम्ररी देख्नुहुन्छ ठीक छ गेम्स मिमिक्री गरेर राखिरहेको हुन्छौँ त्यो इट्स गुड हैन तपाईँ कति वेमा चाहिँ राम्रो पनि हो तर त्यो बिच बाटोमा टिकटक बनाउन जुन मैले अस्ति 30 मा देखेर मलाई यहाँसँग शेयर गर्न अस्तिदेखि मन थियो तर आज शेयर गर्न मन लाग्यो हैन त राम्ररी देख्नु भएको छ ठीक छ टिकटक बनाउनुस् घरमा बनाउनुस् आफ्नो कोठामा बनाउनुस् एउटा सेफ ठाउँमा लाइक चाहिँ भनौँ 100 लाइक 100 लाइक
Supported by Naya Pro Style Hair.
To Nisarg Patel, who just looks to be struggling a little bit with the heat and possibly something of a bit of leg cramp or maybe a bit of leg damage. And no harm done. He's back into his work, a drive down the ground for a single. Yeah, I think Mayank Patel has looked the more fluent of the two Patels at the crease so far, but Nisarg has definitely played his part. Good partnership this, just starting to gain, and both belief and quality. Would have been very easy indeed for USA losing that first wicket, the wicket of Sushant Madani off the final ball of the power play, to crumble in a bit of a heap They've been positive. It's a new American side under the stewardship even of Jagadish Aaron Kumar. Great work there from Kushal Bertel. Cuts off what would have been a certain single. Diving athletically across to his left and getting enough on it to keep both Patels where they were. Good tight stuff from Kushal Malla, really slow and teasing through the air. 21 overs gone. He's got none for 5. USA 93 for 2.
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ। त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल। सुरक्षा घरको साथ जीवनभरको।
So Karen Casey will come out of the attack, and Sushan Bharti is going to have a change of ends. So he'll come in now from the Al Emirat end where they're building this wonderful centre. The new media centre and hospitality boxes that will be in place here in time for the T20 World Cup, which will be about 5 weeks away now, hosting one of the two groups here. The run's just starting to dry up for USA. Hasn't been a boundary in a little while. Nepal just working their way back into the game. Just 20 for none from the final 5 overs. And just a few too many dots being chewed through just now. That injury or slight difficulty that Nisarg Patel was facing, just causing him some bother. And yes, lots and lots of dots. Those dots building up now, building up the pressure. Flatter through the air this time, and it's 8 consecutive dots now. So often when this happens, you see a big shot coming or something happening, or you almost feel like a wicket or a boundary is imminent. And Nisarg Patel wise enough just to work it into the leg side for a single. So he'll deprive Sushan Bharti of a maiden to return with. Game nicely poised. 22 overs gone. USA, they are 93 for 2. Going to be runs here, cut away and just half stopped backward point by Sushan Bharti. Gyanendra Malla will help him out and tie things up, but Patel gets the cut shot away for a couple. These are really sort of bonus overs, aren't they, at the moment for Nepal? Every over without a boundary in it through this middle period, with still 6 overs remaining of Sandeep Lamachani, who'll be looking for wickets when he comes back. We'll just set things up nicely for Nepal. As long as neither of these two left-arm spinners are getting hit for the boundary, or no aggression is being taken towards them, Nepal will be happy with the two of them continuing. And they're going to get a bonus wicket as well. A scream just right on the brink of a 50 partnership. The partnership worth 49. Might have just kept the most fractionally low. But the cut shot that Nisarg Patel does Yeah, to my eyes, certainly it looked like it kept just a little low at first.
Celebrating Kumari Bank Limited's 20 years of adding values.
Kumari Bank.
It hasn't actually really kept low. I've just taken a look back on the replay there. It's almost like he's missed it. A little bit of turn, not a lot of bounce. And he was giving himself a lot of room outside leg stump. And it's Canada. Worth 49. And in what is certainly for me here in the commentary position, maybe for the USA fans back at home as well, in what is a really big surprise, we're going to see a promotion up the order for Nostos Kenjige. And Kenjige, known for being a fine left-arm spinner and a dynamic fielder, it's brought into the game as a number 5 batsman. Interesting tactics this. No signs of Jaskaran Malhotra yet, the big hitter. He made that first ever American century in ODI cricket. But it's going to be Kenjige, who's predominantly batted most of his career for USA at probably 9, 10 or even 11. So a bit of a wild card, a bit of a joker in the deck here from Jagadish Arun Kumar, the new USA head coach. He's going to send out one spinner to face another. And Kenjige will get off the mark. The punch down to long on. So he's going to keep the strike. It's 97 for 3.
डिसोम को रिचार्ज मा इन्टरनेट सित्तैमा यो योजना डिसोम फाइबर नेट सेवा पुगेको स्थानमा उपलब्ध छ
Dish Home Fiber Net. कुमारी परिवार सुरक्षा बचत खाताले खोलेको छ सबैको सुरक्षाको साँचो। कुमारी बैंकमा खाता 26 लाख सम्मको फाइदा।
थप जानकारीको लागि नजिकैको कुमारी बैंकको शाखामा सम्पर्क गर्नुहोला।
सुरु गरौँ परिवारको सुरक्षाको संस्कार।
So Sushant Bari is going to continue. And yeah, real interesting decision this. Would have spent a lot of his career batting down at number 10 or 11, Nosh Kenjige, certainly improving with the bat. But he's been sent in, and I wonder what his role is. I don't think it'll be to pinch hit. I wonder will it be just to work the ball around, try and take overs out of these spinners. Of course, no Lamachani on. If Lamachani was on, he could have been almost sent in as a bit of a... something you don't see often in a one-day international, a bit of a de facto night watchman. He'll certainly be quick between the wickets, highly athletic, very energetic, brilliant fielder. Watch him and Kareem Agor in the second innings go about their work. They'll predominantly be at backward point and cover. Yeah, the young left-arm spinner Kenjige, born in Auburn, Alabama. 30 years of age now. Feels certainly younger than that, but coming into today, an ODI high score of 6 not out. So that'll give you a bit of a sense as to just how big a wild card that was as the 100 comes up in the 24th over. is added to with a wide down the leg side. He's only faced 15 balls in one-day international cricket before today, and even in List A cricket, where he's played 28 games, only a high score there of 14 not out. So big opportunity for him today. 24 overs gone. The 100 comes up. It's 102.
कुमारी परिवार सुरक्षा बचत खाताले खोलेको छ सबैको सुरक्षाको साँचो। कुमारी बैंकमा खाता 26 लाख सम्मको फाइदा।
थप जानकारीको लागि नजिकैको कुमारी बैंकको शाखामा सम्पर्क गर्नुहोला।
सुरु गरौँ परिवारको सुरक्षाको संस्कार।
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ। त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल। सुरक्षा घरको साथ जीवन घरको।
Kushal Malla into the attack, or returns in the attack from the pavilion end, excuse me. And he's going to continue with this trial by left arm spin. How will Nepal rotate their bowlers here? That's the question. We'll take a look at those bowling figures after this ball. Just driven back to Malla. 6 bowlers used so far. Remember, 6 overs Sandeep Lamachani still has. And Sushan Barry and Kushal Malla will both have bowled 5 at the end of this one. I think Gyanendra Malla, the Nepali captain, just trying to get as many overs as he can out of these 2 left-arm spinners. In this middle period, nicely worked into the leg side, just going to be a single. Yeah, tell me what you think. What's your thoughts on Nosh Kenjige coming up the order? Or indeed, now we've got Joy up. Do send in your questions and comments to me at Cricket Badge on Twitter or Instagram. I'll get to all of those. Start coming to them when a seamer comes back on, maybe after the 30th over. Where do you think the game is right now? Are America ahead of the game, or is it Nepal? Andrew Leonard here in the commentary box for the moment. I will have some company later in the afternoon, let's hope. Just still working off the one mic at the moment. Yeah, nice fluent innings this from Patel, isn't it? And a good start to Kenjige, promoted up the order. Highest he has ever batted in any form of cricket for the United States. It's so interesting because there's so much batting to come. You think of Jaskaran Malhotra's innings of 173 not out. American fans might be screaming as to why he's not in yet as we get to the halfway stage. So it's the halfway stage of the first innings. USA winning the toss, choosing to bat first. And they are 106 for 3.
Celebrating Kumari Bank Limited's 20 years of adding values.
डिसोमको रिचार्जमा इन्टरनेट सित्तैमा। यो योजना डिसोम फाइबर नेट सेवा पुगेको स्थानमा उपलब्ध छ।
Dish Home Fiber Net.
So Kenjige is going to continue to run hard between the wickets. He's looking to come back for a second, won't be able to get there. Yeah, lots of theories coming in as to why Kenjige might have been promoted up the order. Certainly is one of the fittest players in this side himself, and Kareem Agor. Outstanding fitness levels. It is really hot. Maybe getting him in to push the ones and twos around with Madank Patel before Malhotra will look to go big in the last 10 or 20. It's a lovely shot through the offside, and Kenjige is so quick into his work. He wants to come back for 2, but Patel sends him back. Thought there would have been time for a second there. slower through the air and nicely driven down the ground. That's going to tie his career high, believe it or not. He is in at number 5, but it's a real surprise. It's never batted this high for America before. Nepal just possibly flagging in the heated touch. They could be looking to get some energy into their fielding. Or maybe they're happy with their position. What do you think there watching at home? USA going right around 4 and over, just a little in advance of that, 4.25 at the moment. And Patel comes down the ground using his feet. Not a huge amount of turn on offer for Sushan Bharti. You can see that there. Just skidding on as much as anything. Patel moves to right within touching distance now of a 50. You can see, I think Kenjige has been sent out to run a lot of singles and twos.
कुमारी परिवार सुरक्षा बचत खाताले खोलेको छ सबैको सुरक्षाको साँचो। कुमारी बैंकमा खाता 26 लाख सम्मको फाइदा।
थप जानकारीको लागि नजिकैको कुमारी बैंकको शाखामा सम्पर्क गर्नुहोला।
सुरु गरौँ परिवारको सुरक्षाको संस्कार।
विदेशमा पनि फ्लो गार्ड र लेड फ्री प्रोडक्ट नै युज हुन्छ। त्यही भएर गुणस्तरीय प्लम्बिङको भरपर्दो नाम मार्बल। सुरक्षा घरको साथ जीवनभरको।
So will be Kushal Malla to continue in tandem with his left arm spin partner. You can see Patel looking to get down the track consistently. We'll try and change that angle for you, bring it from behind the bowler's arm. You see, it's really just drift and angle that Kushal Malla relies upon. No real turn at all, just skidding on if anything. But yeah, after a very long wait, we have got the return of this ICC Cricket World Cup League 2, supported by Dream 11. And we're delighted to have you along. And that's going to be a career best for Nosh Kenjige. Believe it or not, hasn't batted a huge amount in ODI cricket, just 4 innings so far. But he really has looked quite comfortable to start with, so maybe this tactic from the Americans, trying to hold back their power hitters, those power hitters, particularly Jaskaran Malhotra and Elmore Hutchinson, who can just hit the ball to all parts. Even their mishits can clear the rope. And perhaps a shrewd little move, this, from Jagadish Arun Kumar. Down the leg side will be signalled wide. Yeah, Arun Kumar, the new American head coach, replacing the interim head coach. That was James Pamment, the Mumbai Indians fielding coach. He did the role for a few months for the last 2 Cricket World Cup League 2 series. But Arun Kumar, 46 years of age now. He used to play his first class cricket there in Karnataka, Bangalore. The wonderful Chinnaswamy Stadium. Indeed, he was playing in the first year of that IPL as well, part of that Royal Challengers Bangalore setup. Fine first-class record as well, more than 7,000 runs, average over 40. He's taking the reins and he's making a real impact.
Celebrating Kumari Bank Limited's 20 years of adding values.
डिसोमको रिचार्जमा इन्टरनेट सित्तैमा। यो योजना डिसोम फाइबर नेट सेवा पुगेको स्थानमा उपलब्ध छ।
Dish Home Fiber Net.
and leaders of CPN Unified Socialists, against whom they have been staged.
Play, watch his feet, how he goes. He doesn't go towards the ball, he gets away from it. Yeah, there he goes, makes room. And the mid-off is up, so he's just looking to play it over mid-off. Doesn't time it as well as he wants it, but he still manages to get past that mid-off.
अनि अन्तिम बल यहाँनिर डटसँगै ओभरको समाप्ति
Drives that and drives that well. This one was a ball that went away from him. Always looks elegant when he does that.
This is Rohit Sharma getting one almost under his bat. So this is a give and take.
That's tricky, that was wide. Again, England's tried that a few times today, thrown it wide. Might have been in the air for a while, but enough bat on it.
Shot. Oh, Bradman would have been happy. That is as gorgeous a drive as any you will see.
That's his favorite shot. Open the face of the bat. Hits it nicely under his eye. And no flourish there, a check drive. But look at the impact. Races to the fence.